If you had asked me yesterday whether it was possible to experience all 5 stages of grief in a single afternoon, I would have told you that the process takes more time than that. However, recent events have opened up my mind to the possibility.
Think I should take it to the vet? Maybe they can fix it.
Pretty sure the average veterinarian isn't practicing necromancy.
What? No, it's not dead.
You're kidding, right? You destroyed the poor thing, Nikkie. Could barely even recognize it was a cat.
It could still be alive. A bit. I mean, its eyes are still open.
Hasn't blinked for about 10 minutes.
Maybe it's half alive.
Pretty sure life and death are mutually exclusive states.
Could just be a catatonic state or something.
Catatonic.
Okay, it was a bad choice of words.
I mean, I like puns, but it's a bit too soon, don't you think?
Just help me get this inside before the neighbors come out, please.
Let me just say, denying that you accidentally killed your best friend's cat is nothing compared to the second stage of grief, where in your desperate search for someone to blame, you call your second best friend over to play scapegoat.
You know, this isn't such a big deal. I mean, you do live in the suburbs after all. Cats and dogs are always running through the streets, and sometimes they get bumped by cars. I mean, not ridden over, but bumped. The point is all we gotta do is try to figure out which one of your neighbors this cat belongs to.
It's not any of my neighbors.
Well, it's clearly not yours, else you'd be more distraught than nervous.
I was taking care of it for someone.
Nikkie, whose cat is this?
Luke's?
Luke as in Luke from campus. So this cat is Schrödinger, the very same cat that Luke asked me to look after while he was on vacation.
When did he ask you to?
And you killed that very same cat and called me over because you didn't know what to do with it.
I didn't kill it! I just accidentally backed over it.
Yeah, that's still involuntary manslaughter. Cat slaughter.
For fuck's sake. It's not my fault. Cats should know not to sleep behind cars, right? How was I supposed to know that it would have been there?
You got Murs, right?
And Luke, I told him that I haven't taken care of a pet since I was like 8 years old. I warned him, but he still insisted. You know, it's more his fault for not telling me what to expect.
So this is Luke's fault.
And yours too. None of this would have happened if you had just decided to take care of the thing. You're way more responsible than I am.
Hey, look, I'm allergic to cats. I've got my excuse.
Not a very good one. I'm sorry, is something funny to you?
Oh, I think it's hilarious that you're blaming me, Luke, and a dead cat for something that's clearly your own mistake.
You know what, Joel? What's done is done. There's no point in fighting. Now we just need to think of a way to get out of this.
Hold up. Who's we?
Why do you think I called you here?
Look, Nikkie, I can give you as much emotional support as you need. Shoulder crying, a few Dr. Phil tapes, but there's only one thing you can do, and that's tell you the truth.
We can't do that. His flight hasn't even taken off yet. It'll ruin his vacation.
Wait. If Luke hasn't left yet, then when did he leave you with Schrödinger?
This morning?
Wow. Hey, Luke. Look, man, I'm just wondering, like, have you left yet?
Put it down! Put it down! Put it down!
Something's happened, and there's Nikkie and Schrödinger. You see, there's been a bit of a... What the hell's wrong with you?
Do you really want him to deal with this right now? He's about to leave.
Look, Nikkie, Luke deserves to know, okay? You gotta start taking accountability for your actions. You really wanna keep a dead cat in a box for 8 days.
Want to know what a tried and true test of friendship is? Call someone randomly and ask for their help dismembering and disposing of a body. They say yes? That's a true friend right there.
What if we just put up some posters of a missing cat? I mean, cats are famously aloof, right? It wouldn't be too crazy to assume he'd run away.
Look, Nikkie, delaying the truth is one thing, but lying to Luke about his cat running away, I'm not doing that.
You're right. I could still be held responsible for that, couldn't I? No, we have to frame someone else for the death.
Look, why the hell do you keep saying we? I had nothing to do with this!
Dude, I need you as my alibi. If Luke finds out, he'll kill me.
Some would call that retributive justice, just saying.
Oh, come on. Do you really think it's right for him to hate me because of a tiny mistake I made? I just need you to help me out with this.
You need me. You need me. Nikki, do you even have a plan?
I can think of a few ideas. Phase 1. Set up a scapegoat. The neighbors at number 63 have a pretty wild dog that's bitten a few kids on the block before. Won't be too crazy to assume that its next target was a cat.
And how are we gonna prove that?
By setting the dog loose at some point before Luke returns, ensuring that he's left in the wind long enough that even the owner herself would have to consider the possibility of it having attacked someone else's pet, placing some of the responsibility on her.
I mean, how are we planning on setting a wild dog loose in a cul-de-sac?
I got this. I got wire cutters and a chainsaw in the tool shed.
Shit.
But then there's phase 2. Part of the alibi involves us having to take Schrödinger to the vet after he was attacked. But they would need to tell us that the injuries are too great and that the only thing we can do is to euthanize him.
So we need to forge a fake death certificate.
Or bribe the vet, whichever is more convenient. But the cat needs to be declared dead. At least 4 days before Luke comes back. That way, it won't seem like we made the decision hastily, which gives us 4 days to let the dog loose on the cul-de-sac.
Nikki, let me get this right. So in 4 days' time, we're gonna set a wild animal loose in a cul-de-sac. And then 2 days after that, we're gonna fake a death certificate. I don't know, Nikki. I mean, if a single one of these plans fails.
Then we'll think of a new plan. We have 8 days here, and there's more than one way to skin a cat. Now, we just need to dispose of the evidence. I'm gonna clean the tires of my car. You take the box. The body cannot exist. Shit. Shit.
Hey guys, I got your call about Schrödinger. Is everything alright?
Everything's fine. We're just about to give the whole car a wash. Schrödinger's fine. He's just lounging in my room. You know how cats are.
Yeah, he's a lazy one. What's in that box you got there, Joel?
What? Tell me the truth, Nikki.
Shut up.
Tell him what truth?
Look, man, something you gotta see.
No, there isn't. Shouldn't your flight be taking off soon?
We're only taking off in the evening. Seriously, guys, what's going on?
How's about we go inside and talk about this?
Joel! Everything's fine. Schrödinger's fine. Nothing is in the box, okay? It's...
Why did you mention... What's in the box?
Tell him, Nikki.
Dude, just get back in your car. Get back to your place. Nothing is in the box.
What's in the box?
Guess the cat's out of the bag, Nikki.
Luke, there's nothing in the box.
No, what's in the box?
Schrödinger? Schrödinger. But due to the principle of uncertainty, until we open the box, the cat may or might not be alive.
He's dead, Luke. She killed your cat.
I had a rabbit once, when I was younger. I thought it was the coolest pet ever. We had a dog too, but so did everyone. The rabbit was unique. He only had one ear. We kept him out in the front yard, and we kept the dog in the back. And one day, when we got back from holiday, we saw the gate open. The rabbit wandered out back. I found his left leg by the willow tree and his right by the fence. Turns out, dogs and rabbits don't really play well together. We buried him on that day. I hated my dog after that. I pushed him into the pool. And eventually when we moved houses, we gave him away for his safety and mine. And that was the last pet I ever had. I was only 8 years old.
What was your rabbit's name?
Heisenberg.
That's a weird name for a rabbit.
Says you. Who names their cat Schrödinger? I had goldfish that died too. And a hamster. And a tortoise that ran away. Do you know how long it takes for a tortoise to run away? I guess what I'm trying to say is...
Really terrible with animals. I did. But I forgive you.
Really?
It was an accident, so I can't really hold that against you.
Yeah.
Even if you only did have him for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Gathered here today, a memorable fallen feline. To some, a lifelong companion. To others, a short-term friend.
If you had asked me yesterday whether it was possible to experience all 5 stages of grief in a single afternoon, I would have told you that the process takes more time than that. For Luke, it probably will, but I guess it's always different for the murderer. But I think I've definitely learned a very important lesson today about grief. Sometimes you have to just...
Hold up.